Okay, everyone, I think we're ready to get started here. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to Irving Arts Center's Lunch and Learn program. This is the first for 2023. It is January 3rd. And today our guest speaker is Maria Ruenes. She is an Irving-based artist, and she's also featured currently in the exhibition Aquí, Ahora, Here Now, featuring 5 Latinx artists and Art Connection members. It's currently on view in the Carpenter Lobby Gallery. Today she'll be talking about her alebrijes, her sculptures based in traditional Mexican folk art, telling us about her work and about making it. And so everyone, please join me in welcoming Maria this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. Thank you to the Irving Arts Center. Thank you, Marcy, for letting me have this presentation. This is what I'm going to talk to you. It's an introduction, then the goals, and then I will show you some examples. In the introduction, well, as Marcy said, my name is Maria Ruenes. I was born and raised in Mexico City. There, I studied graphic design and then worked in different creative areas for all my life. And then suddenly, in 2009, my husband and I decided to move to Dallas with our kids. So we went here to Irving and began a new life. When we just arrived, I was really eager to learn more about art, so I went to North Lake College to take different classes, art classes. So I take sculpture, I take ceramics, I took watercolor and many other classes, and they, just trying to get my better skills to do my work and to express myself through my art. So one day I was invited to a paper mâché presentation. It was held by Pastor Garcia, another Mexican artist. And this day just marked the beginning of my journey toward making my own alebrijes. Since that day, I developed my own technique because he used paper mache as it is with newspaper, and then cover it with craft paper and then paint it. But I realized one day that I had a lot of plastic bags in my house, so I said, well, maybe I can use the plastic bags instead of the newspaper, and so it will be easier for me because just crunching the newspaper, it was kind of difficult for me because I don't know, because maybe of my age, it's hard for me to just do like really to crunch the paper. So using the plastic, it's much more easier for me to do it. And also I found it very convenient because this was easier for me to do bigger things with less effort for my hands, and I could achieve very good results. So I began to use the plastic bags, and also I am trying to help the environment to get rid of the plastic bags. So even from trash, I am doing art with them. So this is, my goal is to create fun and innovative sculptures, recycling plastic bags and cardboard as well. This approach allows me to help the environment by utilizing my plastic products that could otherwise take hundreds of years to decompose. So this is, why it's not showing? Oh, no, sorry. Because I have another one here. So this is my first alebrije. This is the one yeah, it's a rooster. So as you can see, it's colorful, that I really like to include as many colors as possible using patterns, repeating patterns. You can see them in the wings, in the head, the feet, or all over the body. The first one this one is made out of newspaper, because it was the first. So Pastor taught me how to do the shapes. Well, not to do the shapes, how to put my ideas together so I can create the alebrije. So then he just taught me how to crumble the paper, the newspaper, and then to add the engrudo, that it's made out of flour and water, like a glue, to put it together, and then add the different coats and paint them, and then just get to the final product. So this is one of the examples that I have. Then this is another one, a dragon, that it's show. I think this one is shown in the picture that you sent, because this one was in an exhibition here, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it won a prize. I don't recall if it was the first prize, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
So I was really happy to get a prize for my work. So it's really encouraging for me to just keep working and keep doing my work. These are pretty big alebrijes. So this is even bigger. This is like, I don't know, maybe 3 feet high. I use the plastic bags, and for this kind of alebrijes, I use wire, because they are so big that I need like to put something strength so they can stand, and they just last forever. So I have another example here. This is it's called Cama Frog, and most of the time I write some stories about them. And here I will just read, because what I just wrote in here is like a summary of the actual story that I wrote for this Cama Frog. So I was born in a magical forest where everyone is different. I really wanted to be extraordinary. I had the ability to choose whatever I wanted. A frog, how exciting! I was going to be able to eat all the insects with my tongue. And then I saw a chameleon. With his body, I was going to camouflage from all the things I did not want to participate in. What a great idea! Being invisible and having my food with basically no effort. I was going to be the king of the forest, and I lived happily ever after. So in the alebrijes, I project some of myself. So as you can see, maybe I'm a little bit introverted, so I want to camouflage myself so nobody will see me, but at the same time, I want to be seen. So, well, that's the way I just use my art to express myself. Then I have another one that I also wrote a story. So it's a mermaid. It's mixed of a bear and a mermaid. So it says, born as a bear, I was always playing in the mountains with my friends and family. One day, we took a walk down the mountain into the sea. I had never been there. It was so beautiful. All the watercolors, the sand, and the waves. It was just magical. While I was sitting on the sand, a queen mermaid with wings came out of the water. We chatted for a very long time, and at the end of the day, I had to leave with my friends. but I did not want to. So the Queen Mermaid did not want to leave as well. So we decided to merge. That way we would stay together forever, and we live happily ever after. So each one has its own story. So alebrijes are an open source to your soul. You can interpret them with your heart. And now I'm going to show you this. This one is the last one I made. It's a hippo with wings. I'm going to show you part of, well, the process. I use, as I said, plastic bags, any kind of plastic bags that you have at home. I use tape, masking tape, to put them together. So I just make like a small balls, cover them with masking tape, and then keep adding more and more until I get the shape of the alebrije that I want to do. If it needs wings or peaks, I use cardboard for them. I use also wire for the legs, and basically that's all I use. Also, well, here as you can see, the flour and water paste. When I'm done shaping the alebrije with all the cardboard, wire, and plastic bags and whatever, when I think it's just ready to be finished, I put the flour and waste and water paste together. I put it in the stove. So you put the flour, you add the water, you mix it, and you get this glue. It's called engrudo in Spanish. I don't know the name in English, but it's engrudo. So then you see I use the newspaper first. It's the first layer of newspaper. You let it dry. So you soak the newspaper in the engrudo and just put it around the piece. You let it dry, and then you cover it with a craft paper. The same way. You just soak the craft paper. You just turn it into little pieces, and you cover it with the craft paper. So you get this stage. So it's pretty hard. So it's also fragile because some of the wings or the feet may break if you are not careful, but it's very hard. So then, after that, you keep covering the hippo with the craft paper, and then you are all covered as I showed you here. Okay. After that, you paint it white with acrylic paint, matte paint. You just paint it white. This is another stage for the alebrijes. So you let them dry as well, and whenever you are done with those stages, you begin to choose your colors, also acrylic paint, and you begin to paint. As you can see here, I am painting the background of the hippo. So it's purple, but different shades of purple. The wings are a little bit lighter with a metallic color, and then the head is also a little bit different from the body. And the wings are still white. But here in the next one, I began to add all the details. You can choose either just dots, flowers, lines, whatever you like to paint. So you can add it to the body. Here are more details with the black. outline, so you can add more deep to the design. And that's it. So you got the hippo painted, and putting my art skills together and wanting to help the environment is how I create these animals, these whimsical creatures, so they can take you to magical places where the limit is your imagination. Thank you. So I don't know if you have any questions, so I can. Are you going?
Yeah, I think I'll.
Thank you very much. I think that is wonderful. And what I would like to know is, what is the size? Like, I looked at the size of your dragon or your rooster. What is the biggest size you have, and what is the smallest size you would make? Thank you.
Well, the biggest size, the rooster is, as I mentioned, it's around 3 feet, more or less, like this size. And then the dragon, it's around 30 inches wide, because the wings are wider. And then, yeah, it's about 30 by 35 inches. But I have another one that it's, well, I should have brought a picture of that one. It's dragonfly that I put it in the wall, and it's like this size. The wings are huge. So that one is the biggest one. Then the bird that I showed you, it's also tall. And the smallest ones, I do these kind of small ones. I do not use the plastic bag for these ones. I use clay. And I do the same. Well, I just use clay. I just bake them, put it in the oven, and then just paint them as the other sizes.
Go ahead, Betty.
Thank you so much. I used to do somewhat, not to your talent, with my children when they were young. They're now in their 50s. But I'm wondering, do you have any books published that show your pieces with their stories?
No, I do not. No. I would like to have that, the pieces with each of the unique stories, but no, I have not published it yet.
Maria does have a very nice website, and maybe some of the stories could be incorporated with photos of
Yeah,
your
I
pieces
may
there.
incorporate it to them, because well, for some time I stopped making the stories. I stopped writing the stories because I was more focused on different things. But I think it's a really unique thing for each alebrije to has their own story. So yeah, I will definitely go back and write the stories that I'm missing.
I think I'm just going to go ahead.
Hi, thank you. I'm
Closer.
okay. I'm not quite sure I caught the type of paint you use.
Acrylic paint?
Oh, acrylic. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Matte.
another thing I wanted to say is I like the use of color, especially the Queen Mermaid color is beautiful. It works well.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. So it's acrylic paint. It has to be matte, because if you use the shiny one, you have to. Oh, and I didn't mention as well that whenever you finish painting, you add a clear coat of to protect the paint.
Was there someone else over here that? Yeah, here, Ricky.
For like the wings and the noses, is that just the cardboard, or are you still doing the same practice of the plastic bag and then wrapping it with the masking tape and then, or is it just the cardboard with
It's just the cardboard
Okay.
covered with the newspaper and craft paper, and then painted. So whenever you use the engrudo, the paste, when it dries, it just makes the paper very hard. So no, just the.
Was there anyone else over here while I'm over here? Am I passing it? Again, this is for our live stream.
Of course. Well, my name is Jessica, and just wanted to say thank you for your time and sharing your talent. My question's around the lessons that you've learned through your process of making alebrijes.
Can you repeat it, please?
Yes, the lessons that you may have learned through the process of making alebrijes. Like if there's any lessons that you've learned.
Lessons that I've learned to make the alebrijes.
So through your process of making the alebrijes, have you been able to
faced some problems so I could fix them, or
no, not necessarily problems, but just lessons. So for example, maybe you learn to be more of artistic in how you're writing and like through the stories that you created for the alebrijes, or maybe you used a different type of paint first and then you realized, oh, I needed to use only this type of paint for my alebrijes. So
oh yes,
something
of
like
course,
that.
through all the process, because I think the first alebrije I made, it was back on 2015, 2016. So I've been like 7 years making alebrijes, and yes, from the first one to the last one, yes, of course, through the process, I have to learn many things. As you mentioned, maybe the paint does not work with another one, so I have to change paint, or the way I attach the legs or I attach the wings. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So yeah, I think each alebrije has its own like process. So I know basically how to build them. Each one, it's just different from the other one, and I have to keep learning and keep trying, because sometimes what it worked before, it will not work for another one. So yeah, I always learning how to fix or improve the look of the alebrijes.
Love it. Thank you for sharing.
Okay, are we good here? I'm going to start moving this direction. Okay. Who's next? No. Go ahead.
So I liked what you said about like the colors and like writing stories, like how like energetic and colorful alebrijes are, like how that kind of helped you with, or not helped you, but like you dealt with introversion in that way. I was curious if alebrijes in particular had some kind of significance to you, or if there's a reason you decided to do them in particular besides that, because I know that like with Dia de los Muertos, they have a lot of like significance culturally and spiritually. So I was wondering if there was something else that drew you to alebrijes in particular.
Oh, yes. Well, alebrijes actually are from Oaxaca. It's a state in Mexico. And the person that created them, it's Pedro. I don't remember the last name. But he said that when he was very sick, almost dying, he had like these dreams, and he encountered these kind of whimsical animals. And when he was just recovered, he just began to do them. Okay. So that story, just when I knew it, because born in Mexico, as well, being Mexican, this folk art is all around you, always. So I grew with it, and it always kept my attention. But when I knew the story behind the alebrijes and what happened to this guy and how he translated his emotions and his dreams into the alebrijes, yeah, I got really inspired even more. So I can do, well, almost this, well, maybe not the same, because you cannot do the same, but be inspired by. And as I told you, with the other story, that introvert, and yeah, I'm using that kind of sentimental things to put them into the alebrijes.
I see. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
For that question, a minute.
Hi, Maria. It's so nice to get to hear your story and really kind of actually also hear the stories behind it. I love the one of the camo mermaid, or no, the camo frog. Yeah, yeah. And I really would encourage you to continue pairing the stories with your art. Your art sparks joy in me. And when I came to Noche Buena, the Christmas Mexican celebration here at Irving Arts Center, it was packed. And you should see some of the children, how they were just so intrigued and really detailing your sculptures. They're beautiful. I love your sense of fun and proportion, the buck teeth, the wings. So keep it up. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I will.
I do want to add to that. Right before Christmas, we had 150 kindergartners here, and I was doing the tour in Carpenter where your exhibit was on display. And the little ones just loved the animals. They had stories to tell. They were making up stories. It was like they had animated stories to tell about these, and they were just so enthused. So I want to compliment you on that. You really kept them, interested in the whole tour. The other thing I wanted to ask, do you make a decision about the colors that you use, or is this something that just is a random choice?
Basically, it's random because through the years, I have seen that if I plan something, at the end, it won't work as I would like. So I better go with the flow, because maybe, I don't know, if I am very happy, I may use more like brighter colors. If I am, well, not because I'm sad, but it's just different mood.
Yes.
So I may use a different kind of colors. Yeah, so I prefer just to go with my mood, and then with my sense of color, I just apply. And if I do not like them, because maybe I do mistakes, I make mistakes of mixing colors, or just I don't like really how it looks with the other one just next to it, so I just change them.
Thank you. Yes. You had a question?
Yeah. My question is really simple. When you say craft paper, what is it?
It's you can see it here. It's called craft. Well, I'm pretty sure it's called craft paper. It comes in a tube. Okay. You wanna? May I? Yeah. Yes, of course. It may be either this like light yellow, or it may be a little bit darker, more brownish, but it comes in tubes.
And you can get it at any craft stores like Michael's?
I'm pretty sure, yes. Or basically, I think I bought this one even in Walmart.
Oh, okay.
where the craft section is. You can find them.
Thank you.
You can find it. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Great questions. Now we have Barbara.
How does someone buy one of your alebrijes?
Well, here in this area in Dallas, so you can go to the webpage and then either send me a message or call me, so I can just be in touch with you, and we just do the sale. And if it's outside and I have to ship it, I haven't found the way to ship it yet because they are fragile. And when I sent an alebrije for an exhibition I think it was in New York, it just the wings got broken. So I have just to figure it out how to do it, because I'm willing to sell the alebrijes everywhere, but I just have to figure it out.
There is a price list for all the work in Aquí, Ahora, the exhibit that's over in the Carpenter lobby, and all the artists have their email addresses on the price list as well. So yes, support local artists. Anyone else? Any other questions or comments? No? Okay, well, I guess we'll sign off. We can continue the conversation if you'd like, or if you want to go up there and look at them closer in person, you're welcome to. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you very much. Thank you.